Hey everyone, I'm Pete Dalliday. Welcome to this unique edition of Hometown PTBO. I'm at Capital PTBO, or is it the Capital?
The Capital.
The Capital PTBO, George Street. One of the best sports stores to hit Peterborough since Coombs and Ferguson and the Valley Volley Shop.
We're big fans of trying to bring that sports store back to downtown Peterborough, so I appreciate that. Coombs and Ferguson and Valley Volley Shop, that's hollow ground for us.
This is the $1 million man right here.
How are we doing? Mark Million. And thank you, Peter, for inviting us on here. I appreciate that.
Thanks for having me on your set. You guys have a podcast, and it's this is the set that I think Neil Morton and I were the first ones to try out, and the seats I find are still a bit, I still feel like I'm at the Adam Scott lunch table in grade 7, trying to eat lunch with the big kids, but that's okay. I like it.
It humbles you
right.
when you come here.
It does, a little bit. Okay, so the theme of this show is Throwback Thursday, even though you might be watching this on a Tuesday. It's throwback stuff because you guys have a lot of cool stuff. Some stuff you sell, some stuff is just on display. Yeah. Let's start with the Penalty Pub hat. What is the Penalty Pub all about?
So, if you Googled the Penalty Pub here in Peterborough, you wouldn't find anything out about it.
No.
Essentially, the Memorial Center, before Gary Green's company got in there and renovated it, where the restaurant section was, there was a stage.
Yeah.
And then to the right of it was the Penalty Pub.
Yeah.
So you could go in there and not watch the game. It was all cinder blocked off.
Yeah.
But there was a little door, and you could go in there and you could enjoy a Labatt 50 maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a Labatt Blue, a Molson product of some kind, and be at the Mem Center while having a drink.
It was like a club that you almost needed a password or something to get in. I was always intimidated to go in there.
Yeah.
You know.
I was always intimidated too because I was under the age of 19.
Yeah.
So I thought that they would always catch me, but the Penalty Pub is something fun, something part of.
It's pretty cool.
The Peterborough past.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Right, and now you know. All right, Nationals, going back, this is before everyone went maroon and white. The minor Petes, the double A's and such were known as the Nationals for what, 20 years maybe?
Correct, that's right. I would say give or take 20 years. So PCCHL, so you either played for the Church League or you played for the City League. And then a number of years back, they amalgamated the two. This was the rep team for PCCHL, so they had a single A and a double A, I believe. And inside that 90s through the mid-2000s, the PCCHL Nationals.
The Nationals. So you can actually buy some of the National stuff here. So that's pretty neat. That's cool. All right, we got some photos. Let's start with this one here. Sure. I like this one. I've never seen it before, but the man in Peterborough. This is taken in Peterborough.
This is taken in Peterborough.
Joe Louis.
Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. This is one of my favorite pictures. I got it from Pete Pearson, the Deacon, down at the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And for those that don't know, he's one of the greatest heavyweight champs of all time. Defended his title 8 times in a single year.
Yeah.
But where the Freshco is now on Brock Street is where he fought.
That's Freshco, right there. That's crazy. Brock Street Arena, by the way, also the host of many concerts back in the day, including Johnny Cash.
Correct.
Who this guy probably went to see. Let's take a look at this guy. Who do we got?
This is my favorite picture of all of the pictures that we got. Johnny Danko. So John Danko, for a particular generation, a little bit older than you and I, Peter.
Yeah.
Certainly would have listened to John on the radio, also a little bit on the TV. But this is like the quintessential sports personality picture. The cigar, the big ring. Unfortunately, John was taken very early, 1972, covering. This is dedicated to the craft, a bowling tournament in Sudbury, and unfortunately, he got in a car accident and died. Too bad.
Yeah, it is too bad. 1972?
1972.
Wow, that's something. Yeah, he was a legend for sure.
Johnny Danko.
Yeah, Chex Radio, I love it. Okay, last but not least, quickly, this one is kind of like puzzling for anyone that knows Riverside Park and where it is in relationship to Quaker. This is obviously years ago.
Yeah. So the fun thing, Bill Peters donated this. There's a couple of fun things here. We'll bring it out. It's like show and tell here. Peter.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
So this is 1915, the picture.
Wow.
The Quaker Oats fire was 1917.
Yeah.
So this is the original Quaker Oats. Nobody alive now has seen this.
My great-grandfather, by the way, on my grandmother Giardino's side, stopped working there literally days before the fire.
Wow, no kidding. The other thing that's fun is that the grandstands don't follow the city streets.
Yeah.
Right? The one borders the river, then the other one borders Burnham or Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
In true Peterborough fashion, they started planning this stadium in 1872 and finally finalized it 45 years later.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Mark, thanks very much. Appreciate you joining us on this cool edition of Hometown PTBO. We'll do this again in the spring.
Peter,
talk a little golf maybe or something.
Thanks very much. I'd love to get out and hit them.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Hometown PTBO, brought to you by Darling Insurance.